All right, thanks for tuning in. Today's video might be a little bit long. There's a lot of content to cover here, but if you want to skip around, that's fine. Towards the end there, you're going to get some like Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, crazy roads for the van. It was unbelievable. We start out at San Simeon Beach. We go up to Kings Canyon. We head out into the Sierras. That whole bit. If you haven't done so, hit that subscribe button. If you want to get more videos like this, hit that bell icon. You'll get notified. All that stuff really helps me out. Any comments you like, please hit, type them in the bottom there, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks a lot, guys. All right, guys. Hey, we're here in San Simeon Park, which I think it's State Park, and it's near Hearst Castle in California on Highway 1. Got in last night, did a real quick, minimal setup with the van, and got to come out to the beach. We got some pictures of the sunset, which was really cool. We'll show some pictures of that right here somewhere. And then we'll show you the beach here really quick. The waves are pretty cool. Anyways, down the beach here, the mist just kind of rising up. There's that big old wave. Yeah. And some cool rock formation. Beach today, high mountains this afternoon. First night out, we did a minimum setup. We got there about 6:30, so we didn't really want to put a lot of effort into it, just have some hot dogs. We grilled them up in a pan, and we sat around the table and just had a quick dinner, and then walked out to the beach and watched a really gorgeous sunset, and watched the waves lap up onto the beach, and then headed back for a good night's sleep. It was nice and quiet and really quite comfortable. Really enjoyed the first night, got us relaxed and ready to go. We're about to go ahead and leave San Simeon Campground. It's been a pretty good little campground. I'm going to show you where we were. So if you take a look at this paper right here, we're at number 74. If you come in from up here, drive down, and we're down at this little spot here. We're going to drive around this way, take a look at that. I might take a look up here and take some photos of what that campground looks like up there. This is pretty good, easy walk to the beach, and that's kind of what's important here, is being able to get to the beach. So pretty much looks like take any of these, if you're in your van, take any of these spots. They have a tent camping area here. I was not impressed with that. It looked like everybody's camped on top of each other. But if your purpose is just to get to the beach, then that's what that is. Anyways, we'll take a quick look around here and see what they have. And let's drive around.
We got lucky that everything's reserved.
Yeah, we got the last spot available for Thursday night. There were no other spots available. And we just kind of got lucky to get that spot. It was somewhat level. It backed in, and there's a little bit of a slope to it, but that was totally fine. A lot of these have little campgrounds you can see down in there where you got a flat spot for your tent. Pretty cool. Very
quiet and clean.
Oh, that's a good point. It was super quiet and clean, but I was amazed because you're pretty close to Highway 1 at just how quiet this campground was. And it could be a bit of being in the van and it's quiet in the van, but man, I heard nothing. Like, from 9 o'clock on, it was just dead silent. Even when we got here at like 6:30, it was pretty quiet. They all look like a pretty good little campsites. I think these are all good. So we'll take a look up top and see what that looks like too.
Actually, this is not.
So there's the sort of, I guess they call it primitive camping up here, which, yeah, it's more primitive. It's a dirt road coming out here. And these are the sites here, so you kind of take a look. I'm just going to pull into this one. We'll take a look and see what it looks like. There's not really a lot of tree coverage, so, if you're up here without an RV or a camper, there's nowhere to hide in the shade that you want. But if you brought your own shade, you're totally fine. But they're nice flat spots, and you actually have a view out here. So I'm sure this is quiet as well. Bathrooms. The big trailers seem to be up here versus the others. There's some small trailers and RVs in the lower lot. So this is a pretty good spot for your larger RV for sure.
Yeah.
Looks pretty nice, spread out.
There's the RV.
Alright guys, we left this morning from, where was it? We're at San Simeon on Pacific Coast Highway, California. Now we are in Kings Canyon, and the views are not all that great, but There, I'm gonna get out so you guys see a little bit here. See, came up down this pass up here, and there's this really kind of dramatic cliff area here. It looks super cool. We were just in the forest, and then it just kind of came out here. This must have burned at some point. I've never really been here, so I don't really know what to expect. But the van is doing fantastic. It's just awesome. Really fun to drive on these mountain roads. There's all sorts of turnouts and dirt roads you could be taking, but you know, we haven't taken it. We got to get to a campsite. We're gonna probably take this all the way into the end of Kings Canyon. And I was just looking down here, and you can see the road. If we look down here, just zigzags all the way down, still way down into the canyon. They say 9 miles of twisties, so should be kind of fun. And we'll get to that. It should be we'll see what it's like when we get down in there. Hopefully there's some more trees. Driving down into Kings Canyon. Narrow road. It looks like fire came through here. All right, we made it down to this section of Kings Canyon, which is Kings Canyon Lodge, where they do sell ice cream, by the way, and they have this gravity feed gas station, so you can buy your fuel like these guys did, and then you can watch the fuel come down in the glass thing and fill your car. And the ice cream place it's really good, really good. We had to have ice cream. It's kind of a cool road, guys and gals. Driving into Kings Canyon. A lot steeper in this area. There would be beautiful views if it wasn't for all the smoke, I think. As you come around this corner and you look, it's like that'd be just really cool up into the canyon there. There's a lot of smoke. Still pretty. Look down there. That's awesome. I could. Look, there's a cliff. Ah! Okay, look down here. She gets down. It's like we keep thinking we're hitting the bottom, but then you go way down into there. Pretty amazing. So I got to get out of the van. Oh man, look up here. The canyon just goes way straight up. The waterfall's up there. Looking back, and then we just kind of came around this corner, and you just see this big mountain straight up, and then straight over here. It's unbelievably beautiful. This is so gorgeous. It's so awesome. Let's see. Now I was told to go walk over by the front over here and see what's off the edge, because she said this is really awesome. Hard to see. Oh, I can't really. Oh yeah, look down there. I'll hold the camera way over here. Oh, you can see the road goes down right down there around the corner, so we're headed down there next. Woohoo! This is pretty cool. Just for a little bit of a view into that canyon as we drive into it. It's just straight up and down. Pretty awesome. And it's narrow. Quite narrow. There were some places back there where there were overhangs overhanging the road. Overhangs? Rocks overhanging the road? But then I look up here and that canyon's just awesome. Look at that rock sticking out. Super cool. More to come. All right, Kings Canyon National Park, and we're in the campground now. Set up the tent with the awning on the van, and if you look inside here, we've got the it's cool because it's got this light, which is, you can have it amber like that so you don't attract so many bugs. We've got our table set up in there with our chairs, had dinner in there, and then set up as a screen room for now. Keep it nice and cool in there, and you can look straight into the van there. Hi, Stephanie. Here we go. And pretty nice campground here. You kind of get questionable, a lot of smoke in the campground, but the rest of it's been, you know, pretty beautiful, and the campgrounds are really nice. They're doing some construction on another campsite, another campground just below this. And coming in here, it was kind of went from canyons to what looked like burn areas to you know, beautiful campgrounds and such. So lots and lots to see. Van is working out fantastic, and that is how it is today. Well, this is leaving the Kings Canyon campground we were staying at. And then this is kind of the beautiful drive you get kind of leaving or coming in. Really nice. Little windy road through all the trees. Quite gorgeous.
It meets up with the creek, which is beautiful. It has lots of big boulders and rocks, and oh, it's so pretty. Lots of places to do little floaties or just get your feet wet and cool off.
Yeah. The road's closed that way, so you have to take this little detour. That was the little detour we were on, which isn't much of a detour. It just kind of goes around to another bridge. Little drive up the canyon here. Here you go. Rock face on one side over the river, and then this side over here, and it gets nice and narrow, and you've got some overhangs on this side.
Wow. This is pretty incredible.
Right, well, now we're headed, oh gosh, what's this?
We have Mono Creek.
Mono Creek Campground, which is up in the Sierras, and this is up Kaiser Pass Road.
Edison Lake Road.
Oh, is this Edison Lake Road?
We're off of Kaiser Pass Road, Edison Lake Road now.
Edison Lake Road. And it's a little one-lane road. It looks like they basically had a four-wheel drive road or something and put some blacktop on it. You see little things of granite sticking out of it. Certainly a small, little, narrow road. Pretty cool. Very interesting is what it is. And yes, we do find we've had two cars come on narrow spots. There we go. Anyways, we're working our way up here and see if anything other interesting comes up. A little bit more of this narrow road we're driving down to get to our campsite. Some views off of the side there. Make sure you don't hit rocks on the side of the road. There's traffic coming along here, so you never know. Come around a corner and have a car there. Pretty amazing though, really cool looking road.
And it is Kaiser Pass Road.
Oh yes, that's right. Update. This is still Kaiser Pass Road.
And we just passed Doozy.
Oh, that was, yeah, we passed the Doozy Ursham Trail head. I think that's the exit point from it. None of this stuff seems familiar for me from doing the trail, but very cool to have seen that. Very cool road. This road is pretty cool. What road is this one now?
We're still on Edison Lake Road.
Oh, well, okay, so we are on Edison Lake Road now. Alright, it's pretty rough, but there's lots of people out here, so really cool.
It is beautiful. The road is awesome. We passed swimming holes and all kinds of really great camp spots.
Yeah, I think you could just come out here and find a place to camp. Don't need a reservation at the designated campground. So this is our camp for tonight. And one of the things I just was going through in my head is that what a game changer having a van like this is. The road we came in on, which is super rough, super rugged road. You come all day on a road like that and you may be tired and don't want to set up your tent and all of that kind of stuff. And you could go so minimum, just you don't have to put out the awning, you don't have to do anything. You're basically just ready. And lots of game-changing things. Have the slide-out bed, the kitchen's all set up, stove is ready to go. You can just hop in back and make your food, make a meal, pull a couple of chairs out, and relax and read a book. That's all you really need to do. A big refrigerator, so that having a cold drink is awesome, but having one that's 39 degrees is incredible. And everything's always cold. So we got milk in there, we've got our drinks in there, we've got our dips and the chips, and just tons of storage for food. Just is such a game changer. And then just having the sink and stove and everything is just already set up, so when you just pull into camp and you can just go ahead and cook and do all of that. We found a place that's just down here, and in the morning, just not too far from this campsite, a little four-wheel drive trail that goes down to a lake, and you overlook a little river. And so instead of having to break up camp and all that, we're just going to take the van, close the doors, drive down there and make breakfast. It'll be awesome. We'll see you in the morning. This is that little spot I was talking about. This is just down from the campground. It's a little day use area, so you really can't camp here overnight. But there were lots of areas like this where you could just camp along the way. I think next time we went up this way, we might not reserve a campground and just find a beautiful spot like this to camp. We could set up. It would be fun to set up for a couple of days in a spot like this. Just gorgeous. Wildlife everywhere. We saw some deer, little blue jays all over the place. It was really fantastic. So we found this great little area right here. Little dirt road coming in. And then there's a dam over here. And it makes a little tiny lake. And then around this side, there's a river coming into it. It's probably like the Stanislaus River or something. I don't really know, so don't take that for I have no idea. We're way up this road. I mean, a long, long, long way into the mountains. I think if you kept going east, you would end up at 395, which you can't because there's a massive part of the Sierras there. But we're pretty much to the end of that, or as far as you can go this way. And there's this beautiful river here overlooked from where our van is. And then I was going to mention, so we weren't parked here overnight. We just came here for coffee in the morning. And the solar panels, we were parked up under the trees, up just a bit up in there, and in complete a canopy of trees for the afternoon and evening. And we just made 4 lattes this morning, and the solar panels are at still 90%, which is amazing. So it's running the refrigerator. It's not running a lot, so it's running the refrigerator. We made our lattes, and it runs the water pump for our purposes this morning. But still at 90%, which is awesome. We've never gotten the solar system to go under 80% this entire trip, doing recharging phones and cameras and recharging and all that stuff, running the refrigerator, cooling things down, making lattes. I think we made like too many lattes yesterday, a lot, but it was fun. And still the lowest we got it is 80% by utilizing nets. I think lots and lots of headroom on that solar system, which is great. The other thing worth mentioning is this bed system, and let's go in here really quick. I was California and Alaska. I'm from California originally. My wife, hello, from Alaska originally. This bed, which is a memory foam mattress, is a very high quality memory foam mattress, but oh my gosh, is it comfortable. Both my wife and I are kind of commenting about how comfortable it is, because like I usually sleep and I'll have like my hips hurt at night, and she has some problems with like, what is it, around your ankles and your shins. And like this pains are just going away because it supports you so much. And it's so quiet in here that we could just sleep. If we closed all this stuff up, we might sleep in until noon. But last night we kept all this open, and so we'd get up earlier. So we still got up. I think we ended up getting up about 6 o'clock as it got light out. Because if I look in here really quick, you'll see that with all the windows open, we have a big pillow back there right now just for leaning up against. But you have a 365 degree view all the way around through the forest everywhere when you're sleeping. And when you wake up, when you sleep and you put your head all the way back, on that side, you really can look straight up at the stars, which is really, really cool. So we're loving it, right?
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And for the record, the window shades were open. We didn't leave the doors open.
Oh,
it wasn't
that's right.
that open.
Well, so yeah, last night we just left the window shades open. The night before we left the doors open with the tent.
Yeah, because we had
And
the
awning,
tent outside
yeah.
of it. Yeah.
And that was super cool because then you've got
Really nice.
the room with the like a screen room is the way we had it set up. And with the screen room set up, we just left the doors open and this one in the full position, and it made a complete basically seal. I mean, it goes exactly right around the edge of this door, the opening, which is really awesome. It keeps most of the bugs out. There's still little gaps, so you could fill those gaps, or maybe put magnets or something like that, and you'd get no bugs. But we got a couple, but they could have been from like before we put it up or something. It's a little bit more of the road going out. It's kind of cool, you know. It's kind of can't see where you're about to go, but trust there's a road there. Pretty awesome up through all these boulders and the granite. This is a super cool area. Guys, this is a kind of a cool bridge right here. We come down after we've been through that road there. You get this little one-lane bridge. Super cool. What a neat little... Oh, some people are camped over there too. Kind of a nice place to camp. Oh, beautiful view. Super cool.